Hello everyone, I'm Donna Presley and I'd like to welcome you to the Donna Presley official YouTube channel. Guess what? Today is question and answer. You ask the questions and I'll give the answers. So let's get started with the first question. Okay, the first question is from Jennifer, you clever girl. How much did Priscilla do for Lisa when she was a baby? Was she attentive to Lisa? I know they had a nanny. Yes, Jennifer, they did have a nanny, but when she was a baby, every time I saw Priscilla with Lisa, she seemed to be a very loving and caring mother at the time. So I didn't see anything untoward or anything like that when Lisa was a baby. And thank you for the question. Next question is from the White Heifer 61. Okay. Hi, Miss Donna. I heard something about Elvis shooting a TV. Do you know anything about this? Thank you for your Q&A programs. They're amazing. Well, thank you very much, White Heifer. I love that. Thank you. That means a lot to me. Yes, there was a really funny story. I mean, we've known that Elvis has done that several times, but there's a really funny story that with my dad. Elvis called my dad up one night, and we lived on the property at Graceland, so Daddy just had to walk over to the house. So he calls my dad up, and he says, Earl, I'm having problems with my television set in my room. Could you come and see about it? So my dad said, sure, I'll be right over. So my dad walks over, goes upstairs to Elvis's room, and just as they're walking into the door that went into the conference room in front of Elvis's bedroom, Daddy said, you know, Elvis, it could be because of the heel that we're on, because my television doesn't get quite, good reception a lot of times either. So Elvis said, well, Earl, and they walked around to the bedroom. He said, does your television have a hole in it like this? My dad said, no, it doesn't. He had shot it out because there was someone on there that he didn't like, so he just shot the television set, which at times I've wanted to do myself. But anyway, Elvis told him, said, Earl, if you'll just take it out and get rid of it. And my dad said, well, Elvis, I think probably it's just the picture tube. So would you mind if I took it and see if I could have it fixed? And Elvis said, no, it's yours. You can have it, take it, do whatever you want to with it. And somewhere I still have the photo of the blue work truck that my dad was driving. And in the back of the work truck was this television set. And he was taking it down the drive at Graceland and taking it to have it fixed. But anyway, it was one of those RCA Victor TVs that they'd had made especially for Elvis. And on the back of the television, it actually said, specially made for Elvis Presley, RCA Victor. So anyway, my dad did have it fixed, and he brought it back to where we lived in the mobile home there behind Graceland. And we watched it for many years to come. So thank you for the question, because I think that is a really funny and cute story. Thank you, White Heifer. Love the name. Next question. Nikita May, 76. Donna, was Elvis being taken out ever addressed with the people involved? Perhaps Vernon was looking for someone to blame because the pain was too much to bear and he couldn't rationalize his beloved son's death. However, if it's true that someone is responsible for taking Elvis from us, then I hope it comes out somehow. Heartbreaking. Well, Nikita May, let me say this. It was not just out of hurt and pain that Uncle Vernon believed this. He truly believed that there was foul play involved with Elvis's death. He told me this directly. So I know that it's true, exactly what he thought. And he always believed that, even until his death. But as far as being the people involved, he told me when I asked him, I said, Uncle Vernon, we need to call the police. And he said, no, I'll handle it the way Elvis always wanted me to. Quietly and discreetly. He said, I will not. Because Elvis once made the statement when his life was threatened years before. He was telling the guys and everything, he says, if he gets me, don't let him get out of there, because I do not want someone becoming famous for killing Elvis Presley. So Uncle Vernon knew exactly how Elvis felt about something like that. And so he wanted to handle it privately. and secretly. Whether that was done or not, I have no idea. I don't believe it was. I don't think he had the time between his sickness, between Elvis's death and when he passed away as well. But there were papers that Uncle Vernon had sealed by the court, and they were not to be opened for 50 years. Now, I don't know, honestly, I don't know what's in the papers. I don't know what they say. I don't know what it is about, but I do know he did do that. And it may or may not address this question that you have. Prayerfully and hopefully one day it will all come to light. So thank you for your question, and all we can do is just wait and see what the papers say, and if they don't say anything, then one day hopefully it will all come to light. But thank you for your question, Nikita. I appreciate that. Okay. Bobo Wolfie, 2383. Donna, I want to say that you have done so much for Elvis and is such a relief after years of terrible books. So thank you very much. Thank you. That means a great deal to me. I just want to make the record straight. So thank you so much for that. I just wanted to ask what your opinion on Kathy Westmoreland saying that Elvis himself told her that he had bone cancer, and your opinion on her in generally. I completely agree with you on this topic. Thanks a lot. I've not read Kathy's book. I haven't even seen it, so I don't know what it says, and I don't want to comment about her book specifically. However, I will say this. From all accounts, Elvis did not have bone cancer, nor do I ever think that he would tell someone he had bone cancer for any reason, and certainly if he never had it, which he didn't. I mean, it's been in the autopsies and everything that there was no bone cancer found. So I don't know why that was said, but Elvis didn't have bone cancer. Also, my opinion on Kathy, I think she had a beautiful voice. I've only met her briefly. She seemed very nice, but other than that, that's all I can say about her. She had a fabulous voice, I'll much say to that. And I know that she and Elvis were friends. But other than that, I couldn't comment on anything more than that. Thank you for the question. Okay. This is from Elvis Aaron 77. Hi Donna, I just recently discovered your channel, and may I say that I'm really enjoying it. Thank you very much. I do appreciate that very much. It means a great deal to me. My question is, would Elvis have approved of Graceland being open to the public with hotels and all? I know Elvis loved his fans, but he also loved having some peace and quiet where he could continue his religious growth and read his favorite books. I think it's sad that Riley remembers as a child having to wait until the fans left before the family could enjoy Christmas. Thank you. Yeah, that's true. It is kind of, disconcerting knowing that they had to wait till the fans left and so forth and it was closed. But let me say this. Elvis wanted Lisa to be taken care of. And whatever that took to do that, he would be okay with. Before Uncle Vernon passed away, he put all this into motion and about opening it up to the fans. Because Elvis did love his fans. He appreciated his fans. And he wanted them to be happy. He wanted them to share his life with him. And so I think he would be perfectly okay with knowing it was open to the public because it was going to take care of Lisa and her children for generations to come. So I think he would be all right with it. But yes, he did love to read. He did love his spiritual growth, and he read his Bible daily along with other books. And so he tried to be the best that he could always be his entire life. But yes, I do think that he would be okay with it. So thank you for the question. Okay, this one. This is from Melissa Fletcher, KF9DU. Hi, Donna. Did you ever ride the horses at Graceland? No, I did not. I rode them on the Circle G when I lived there. So I did ride horses there. But for some reason, I just never decided to ride the horses at Graceland. The horses were there, of course, but no, I never did ride them. But thank you for your question. Okay. Chloe J30. Why did Vernon have to go abroad for his divorce? Thank you and Happy New Year. Thank you, Chloe, very much for the Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you and to all of you. But he went to the Dominican Republic because you could receive a divorce within 3 days' time. So when he decided to divorce Dee Stanley, he wanted it over and done very quickly. So that is the reason he went to the Dominican Republic, because he could do it very, very quietly and very quickly. Thank you for your question. Okay, this is Southern Edit. Okay, all right. Anyway, wow, I always loved Elvis and thought the best about him until I saw this video, which makes me wonder, were times different then? I had never really thought much about it until now, until you pointed it out. I mean, after all, I never did like Priscilla at all. At what age did Priscilla go live with Elvis? Priscilla was almost 18, or she may have already been 18 when she came to live in Memphis. So I hope that answers your question. Yeah, I mean, she wasn't a kid like a lot of these stories out there are saying. She was an adult, so there was nothing untoward or anything like that. Elvis had honorable intentions always. And so anyway, there's the answer to that one, okay? Nothing untoward. Okay, this is from Gentle L9R. Donna, I always like your question and answer series. They are great, and so are you. Well, thank you so much. That really warms my heart. Thank you very much. Let's see. Thanks for all that you do. P.S. I have a question for you about Elvis. Do you think that Elvis may have possibly married Linda Thompson and gave Lisa a truly loving stepmother had he not been so sour on marriage because of his breakup from Priscilla? I know this may be a tough question, but if anyone can answer it, it is you. You tell the truth, and that's it. Happy New Year 2026, and God bless. Thank you very much. Happy New Year to you as well, and thank you for that wonderful support. I do appreciate that. I always try to be completely open and honest and complete transparency with all of you. Do I think that Elvis would have married Linda Thompson? No, I do not. Elvis had already moved on from the relationship, and from Linda's own words, she said that within the right after the first year, he was already seeing other women. And that's true, he was seeing other women. So in his mind, he had already sort of separated from that relationship. And it wasn't meant to be. He loved her until he didn't. But they remained friends. So thank you for the question. Thank you so much. Okay, this is from Lavita Wood. I'm reading Lisa's book, and there is a part in the book where Riley Keough, Lisa, and I believe some other family played upstairs and in Elvis's room. Riley mentions her grandmother's hairdryer was still there, and they would play under it and pretend they were in a salon. That makes me believe it probably was Priscilla's. Do you know if Elvis kept Priscilla's hairdryer machine, or do you think Priscilla moved it in when she first gained control over Graceland? There was a hairdryer up there for many years. I don't know if it was Priscilla's. It may have been Anita Wood's. I have no idea about that. But I do remember the hairdryer, and I do remember it being up there for a number of years. But do I think she would have moved it in after she gained control? No, I don't think that she would have done that at all. She lived in Los Angeles, and she only came here for visits or when she, had to do something in pertaining to the estate. So, no, and I don't even know that it was Priscilla's. It could very well have been Anita's. That's been many, many years ago, but I do remember the hairdryer. So thank you for the question. Okay, this one is from Lily Ann. Thank you, Donna. I have a couple of questions. After Priscilla wouldn't allow your mother's book in the gift shop, I realized it sounded just like the kind of thing I would enjoy. Is there a way I can get a copy of it? Also, I was curious as to whether Priscilla ever did anything around Graceland, such as making a meal or doing laundry. Thanks for being here to set us all straight. Take care and God bless. Well, thank you very much. Yes, it is a wonderful book, One Flower While I Live, and yes, you can still obtain it. If you go to Donna Presley Books at gmail.com, You can order it, okay? Or you can go to the website, donnapresley.com, either one. But anyway, thank you so much for that. Did Priscilla ever make a meal or do laundry? I believe she tried to cook. I don't know that she was that successful at it, but I do believe she tried to cook a meal or so for Elvis. I never saw anything about her doing laundry. Don't know if she did or didn't. But I don't really think that she probably did laundry. But I think she did try to cook a meal or two when they were married. So yes, thank you very much for the question. Okay, this is from Sharon Holostat 22. Hi, Donna. Why did Elvis sell the Circle G if he loved the ranch so much? Well, that's a good question, Sharon. He had several homes. He had Graceland, which was always home, and his favorite. He had homes in L.A., and then the Circle G. And the Circle G was only like 15, 20 minutes from Graceland. So, it just got to be too much, trying to split his time between L.A., Graceland, doing movies, touring and that sort of thing. So, it just became a little bit too much for him. But he did love the Circle G, and we all did, and we all had amazing times, and it was wonderful living there. I graduated from high school when I lived there, so it was an amazing time. But thank you for the question. But that's the reason he sold it. It just became a little too much with all the homes and separating time. So thank you. Okay. Susan Charles, 8968. You said you all have some Indian blood, but wasn't that side of the genes in Gladys's side? I thought your genes are from Vernon. My genes are from Vernon. However, there's another side I have too. So yes, I do have Indian, Native American blood in my genes, But yeah, I mean, Elvis was very happy about being, having Native American blood in his genes and veins, and just like I am. I think that's wonderful. I think it's something to be celebrated. But yes, I am on Vernon's side, but I also have Indian blood in me. Thank you. Okay, this is from Kath H5U9N. Is it true that the attorney, Barry Ward, was hired by Elvis's estate to copyright the inscription on Minnie Mae Presley's tombstone? Thank you very much. To be perfectly honest, I don't know whether that's true or not. I don't know anything about that. My mom wrote the inscription on my grandmother's tombstone, and the 5 hearts. She and Uncle Vernon and the rest of the siblings came up with the 5 hearts with the arrow through it. So whether it's even, if it is copyrighted, I don't know. It may very well be. But I wouldn't know who the attorney was. But thank you so much for the question. Okay, next question. Lisa Jones, PG5WT. Hi, Donna. I would like to wish you a Happy New Year. Love your channel. You are such a beautiful lady. You carry yourself very well. Many blessings to you. Thank you so much. That is very sweet and beautiful, lovely words, and I appreciate them very much. Thank you very, very much. I think Elvis would be proud of his cousin. Thank you. My question is, before Gladys died, did she do all the cooking for everyone, or did she always have someone come in to help with the cooking and cleaning? To me, she seemed like a woman who would be proud and enjoy being able to take care of everyone with love. Take care. Thank you. Remember, I was 8 years old when Aunt Gladys died, but I do know this. She was a very loving wife and mother. And yes, she did cook, and she did take care of Uncle Vernon and Elvis. Now, after Elvis became famous, the one thing he wanted to do with his monies was to make sure that his mother and dad were provided for and taken care of, and their life would be easier. So, although she may have cooked some after he became famous, I think the cooking would have been done mostly by someone else, but she was always there for love and care and taking care of Elvis. And they had such a wonderful and loving and caring mother and son relationship. So thank you for the question. Okay, last question. This is from Tupelo Miss 8708. Donna, I saw a video which the person stated that Priscilla was not Lisa's real mother, but someone else was. Lisa went to meet her real mother before she passed away. Do you know about this, if this is true? No, that's not true. Priscilla was Lisa's mother, her biological mother. She went to the hospital. She carried her. She went to the hospital. She had her. So Priscilla was Lisa's real mother. And I've never heard this before, so that's kind of strange. I've never heard it before, but thank you so much for the question, Tupelo Miss, because I certainly want to get that straightened out and make the record straight on that. So that's the end of the questions for today. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for listening. And until next time, God bless.